And welcome to Mcallen in Deep South Texas, the city of palms. And tonight it's the Mcallen Memorial Mustangs going up against their intercity rival, the Mcallen James Nicky Rowe Warriors. Both of them looking to climb up the playoff ladder, both of them sporting a high-powered offense. It's all coming your way next right here on Football Night in Mcallen. And welcome to another edition of Football Night in Mcallen. Tonight, the Mcallen Memorial Mustangs will celebrate homecoming as they entertain the Mcallen James Nicky Rowe Warriors. Both of them looking to climb up the playoff ladder. Both of them looking to move into playoff position in District 31 5A. With me, as always, is Mario Reyna. And Mario, we've got two teams here tonight. Both of them come in with pretty good offenses, and I guess hurting a little bit on defense. How do you see tonight's game?
Well, you know, one of the things that always brings to mind is the turnovers. And that's talking to Coach Bill Littleton, that's something that concerned him because in the games where they struggled, they had turnovers and mistakes. And for Coach Reyes, he says the same thing. So it goes back to turnovers. So what a big game here. We have keys to the game, but really the big key to the game is anytime two Mcallen schools play each other, you can throw out everything. It's just a matter of both teams being fired up and getting it all done on the field.
Well, and as we look at those keys, one of them, I guess, is momentum, and both of them trying to assert that here tonight.
Correct, because if you look at the previous games, Memorial Mustangs scored 68 points, I do believe, and the Rowe Warriors, they struggled in the second half. They got outscored 37-2. So you're looking at almost at a 100-point swing there. So how are the Warriors going to handle the momentum from the previous game? And you know that the Mustangs are on fire. Anytime you score 68 points, you know you're coming in with a lot of positive attitude in your team, especially on the offensive side.
Yeah, it was the second most points scored by any Valley team in any game this season. And now when we look at the Memorial offense, and I guess it all begins with the running game.
Well, yes, I talked to Coach Kaufman, the offensive coordinator, today, and he was happy to announce that this is only the second game that the offensive line is playing together. But boy, they played like they did last week. The Rowe Warrior defense is in trouble.
And then the Rowe defense, I guess, what's the key for them?
Well, the key for them is they did a good job last week in the first half against the Westaco Panthers, who has an outstanding offense. But the second half, they had a little struggle. So to make this game close, the Warrior defense has to show up for 4 quarters tonight.
All right, yeah, they did have a pretty good first half against Westaco last week. If they can do it for 4 quarters, it'll be tough going for the Memorial Mustangs. Now that's a lot about the game itself, but there's also something interesting developing tonight with our pregame show as part of the national anthem and the JROTC color guard from Memorial. Can you explain?
And that's correct. We have a young man over there with the Memorial Mustangs there in their ROTC program, and his name is Salvador Villa. And what makes special about this kid is that he has some problems with his vision. He's actually blind, and he will be the flag bearer for the Marine Corps flag. And that's just an outstanding accomplishment, and that's what the beauty of football does. It gives other kids an opportunity to come out here and shine. So I'm really going to be keeping my eyes out for him. He's just a great kid. One time I was at Memorial High School, and he heard my voice. And just by hearing my voice, he came up to me, first of all, very respectful, an outstanding young man. And he says, "Sir, may I ask you a question?" I said, "Yes. Are you the man that tries to be that wannabe color guy?" No, he didn't say it that way, but he says, "You come out on our MITV." And I said, "Yes, how do you know that?" I said, "I recognize your voice."
Excellent. Yeah, nice to have a big fan there for Football Night at Mcallen. Salvador Villa, you'll get a chance to meet him. He'll be in part of the color guard carrying the U.S. Marine Corps flag. That's coming up just a moment away in our pregame show. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more in a moment. You're watching Football Night in Mcallen here on MITV.
Spates.
And here we are at Mcallen Veterans Memorial Stadium. It was a quick break, and as you can see, you saw the live shot there in the last few moments of our pregame show as the Memorial JROTC color guard and with part of the U.S. Marine Corps. You can see the uniforms they wear there. And Salvador Villa, the young man we talked about, has the honor of carrying the U.S. Marine Corps red flag there. And there you see the names of our participants. They're all students there. Cadets at Mcallen Memorial High School, and of course they're under the excellent direction of the instructors Colonel Alfredo Longoria and First Sergeant Roman Rodriguez. And both teams have played their alma mater, and now we're getting ready for the national anthem. Memorial, by the way, the designated home team tonight. So the Mustangs will be on the home side and the Rowe Warriors on the visitors' side. You can see Old Glory there over in the north end zone, and fairly brisk wind here tonight that is blowing out of the south. The Mustang players lined up on the left side of your screen, and the Rowe Warriors over there on the right side. And you can see the Mustangs tonight will be wearing their white pants with the navy blue jerseys and the gold numerals.
And a little bit of pink on them.
That's right. It's October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You'll see a lot of pink sprinkled in there throughout the field. A little bit on the field. You can see some of the cheerleaders there in the foreground with their pink ribbons. We also have something special that'll emerge in the second quarter as well, a special benefit that organized by the student councils at the three schools, Memorial, Rowe, and also Mac High is involved. We'll tell you a little bit more about that a little bit later on. But right now, let's pause for our national anthem.
National anthem will be signed by Marisa Robles, Rosa Gallardo, Giovanni Garcia, Cecilia Sepulveda, Ashley Cruz, Giselle Ortiz.
Out here, a lot of patriotism by these youngsters from both schools, Mcallen Memorial and Nicky Rowe, puts a good account of themselves there. And there you see the Memorial Mustangs going over to their run through there, the big Memorial helmet getting ready to come through. And you can see the assistant coaches there in your foreground kind of wishing each other good luck and everything like that. A lot of support for both these teams. Go ahead.
Homecoming night.
Yeah,
for
homecoming.
Mustangs, and sometimes that can impact games.
They're honoring the classes of 2004, 1994, and 1984 at Mcallen Memorial, which opened up as a high school in 1980. It was a ninth grade school for a few years before that. And here come the Nicky Rowe Warriors. Warriors wearing their forest green pants and the white jerseys with the green numerals and the green shoulder pads, the white helmets, and they are all set to go after it here tonight. And here come the Mcallen Memorial Mustangs. They got their Mustang flags there, and here they come. Flanked by the dance team, the Prancers. And look at that big number 70, Brian Velasco, like a bull in a china shop, just rambling down the field right there with that flag.
I wouldn't want to be in his way. Mark, anytime we have inner-city rivals, we know a lot of these kids they know each other because they played each other. They were in the middle schools, of course, the Mustangs, Cathy Middle School, and Brown Middle School feeds to Memorial, and we have De Leon, Fossum, and Lincoln that feeds to Rowe. So they've been playing each other probably since their days when they started at the Boys and Girls Club in Paul.
Let's take a look at the game officials for tonight. Led by the referee there, be Eduardo Segovia, leading his crew. Number 5 out there to make sure everything goes well tonight. And we want to take a look at the standings as well for District 31 5A. And both these teams still in the thick of it, although both teams have had some setbacks. Mackay is still the cream of the crop, and they won just last night, the game before this one. The Mackay remained undefeated, up to 6-0 on the year and 4-0 in the district play. Weslaco also still unbeaten in district, but you can see Memorial at 1-2 and Rowe at 1-3 are both still fighting to get up there. And then here's a look at how the teams stand up statistically, and of course Memorial comes in with the number 1 ranked rushing attack in the district, almost 300 yards a game, and so that'll be a key for the Rowe defense, which is not that good. They're ranked 7th against the run in the district right now. So we'll see how that goes. And then both teams giving up a lot of yardage on defense. So could be a high-scoring affair here tonight. Nicky Rowe did win the toss, but they have elected to receive in the second half. So they're going to kick off for this first half, and Memorial will receive. And Memorial advancing from left to right. This is a high short kick, bounces at the 35, and picked up on the one hop and run up to about the 33-yard line is one of the upbacks, and that looks like a 28 Aaron Villarreal. And Memorial will set up there in good field position.
And it's interesting that Coach Reyes, even though they won the coin flip to begin the game, and they had a choice of taking the ball, this is the second week in a row that they put their defense out on the field first. I would say the first carry of the game will go to Trevor Spates.
Bold prediction, my friend. Trevor Spates, number 21, the leading rusher in District 31 5A. In fact, he can get 1,000 yards here tonight. He comes in at 9:22, and first play of the game is going to go to the fullback. That's Alonso.
And they lost yards.
Yep.
See, they should have listened to me, Mark.
They should have.
So they lost 4 yards on that play. Trevor Spates, we could probably see him going into the 1,000 yard of rushing for the season.
Mm-hmm. There you see the starters, sophomore Jonathan Sanchez in there at quarterback. Spates also a sophomore, but as we said, comes in as the district's leading rusher. Alonso in there, of course, and of course the other talented receiver core. And then the big offensive line that they've got there, Ted Garcia at left guard, as the new one just recently brought up. He's just a sophomore. Here's a shotgun snap, and then we've got a flag. And that was a handoff to Spates, but it looks like Memorial may have jumped a bit early.
And Mark, this offensive unit for the Mustangs is very young. They do only have 4 senior starters and 7 underclassmen, and 3 of the underclassmen are sophomores, are keys to this game, which is Trevor Spates, Jonathan Sanchez, and the other sophomore is the receiver DJ Johnson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's unusual. 4 sophomores in your starting offense there. It is a young Mustang team. So that backs them up another 5 yards. They're now at their own 29-yard line, where it is second down and 19. Mustangs will hand it off. Here's Spates. Spates has a good set of blockers, and then he's finally upended by number 44, Alex Garcia. But not before he gained the penalty yardage back up to about the 36-yard line.
Excellent lead block by Brian Velasco.
Yeah, and there we take a look at the Rowe Warrior defense. Joseo Villarreal there at defensive end, and Alex Garcia at the other end. 2 linebackers are going with, and then 6 defensive backs, although some of them are kind of interchanging at the linebacker spots as well. We saw that in their last game against Weslaco. is they had a lot of people up there in what they call the box, up near the line of scrimmage. And you can see here the 3 down linemen. You've got 3 other defenders right there on the line of scrimmage as this goes to Spates, and Spates gets it back up to about the 40-yard line, where it looks like it'll bring up 4th down.
Good job by Osiel Villarreal. And I do believe Osiel Villarreal had been injured. I'm not sure, but I know it's good to see Osiel Villarreal and Brandon Hinojosa back on the Rowe defensive line working together as an outstanding tandem.
You can see the back of Coach Bill Littleton, head coach of the Mustangs. The Mustangs out there to punt, facing a 4th and 9 at their own 40-yard line. So they lost some yardage on first down and then had a penalty, and now forced to punt for the first time. Mustangs, one player getting out there a little bit late, but they still have 13 seconds left on the play clock. There's the snap, a light rush, high kick, a little bit short, takes a Mustang bounce and goes out of bounds in Rowe territory at the 40-yard line. So only a net punt of 20 yards, and Rowe will set up at their own 40.
And the Rowe defense, let's give them credit. If we take a look at the offensive players, we don't see what we're used to with Justin Owens, their quarterback, that's injured. But if we take a look at the offensive linemen.
Yep, and we've got a couple of new faces in there too, mainly because of injuries. Rowe's had a lot of injuries, and both teams tonight starting sophomores at the quarterback spot, and that's what Rowe has with number 12 there, Hector Vasquez, lined up in the shotgun. And Memorial will go with 4 down linemen, basic 4-3 defense, and this is play action on first down. They throw it out to the right side, caught Jay Alonso, and Alonso fights his way up for a gain of 4. And that'll bring up 2nd and 6.
And Jay Alonso does come in as the leading receiver for the Warriors. Had an outstanding game last week. Keep an eye on Jay Alonso, having an outstanding year. Most likely will be an all-district performer.
Yeah, Alonso with 19 receptions entering tonight. So on 2nd and 6, and Vasquez wants to throw long. Man open, but a little bit overthrown, intended for Alonso on that play. So Rowe not afraid to go deep early.
I know, Coach Reyes, we've gotten accustomed to him here the past 4 years as a head coach at Nicky Rowe.
We'll take a look at the Memorial defense, which is ranked 6th against the run and 4th against the pass in 31-5A, 4th overall defense. See the linebackers there, Lucas Rios there, one of the second leading tackler on the team, and the leading tackler, the free safety, Nick Marriott. So here they are now on 3rd down and 6, and they're going to throw it long onto the left side, and nobody there. Maybe a miscommunication there, as the only nearest person was a defender, and that was a safety, Michael Garza, for Memorial, and that brings up 4th down for Rowe, and we'll see if the punting unit comes on here for them.
And no doubt there was miscommunication there between Vasquez and his receiver, and that happens with a young quarterback. Remember, 2 weeks ago, he was the starting quarterback on his JV team, but he had an excellent first half last week against the Panthers.
Now Rowe looks like they will punt. John Pettis is back there to punt. Now Pettis is also a backup quarterback, so you always have to be careful whenever he's in there. And here's the punt. It's going to be fielded by Memorial at their own 29-yard line. That's Spates there on the return, and he has a big hole there on the right side and turns it on at the 50, crossing to the 40. 2 defenders in front, and then cuts inside down to the Rowe 21-yard line. Big return there for Trevor Spates and the Mustangs.
And what makes Trevor Spates dangerous is anytime he has the ball, we know he has a lot of speed. But it's not only about the speed, it's also about his vision. He's just got a special gift. As we take a look at the replay, he just has great vision, saw where the opening was. He set up the kicking team, the defense there for the Warriors, and just once you get him out in open field, look out.
Yeah, that was a 49-yard return by Spates from the Memorial 29 down to the Rowe 21. And this bit of a pistol formation. As a flag goes down, they hand it off to Spates. Spates crosses the 15 up to about the 13, but there is a flag down. No score yet here in the early going of the first quarter. Personal foul against the Mustangs.
Personal foul, shot block. Offense, number 67. 15-yard penalty, repeat first down.
And uncharacteristically, the Mustangs are not coming out the way they did last week against the PSJ Memorial Wolverines. On the first possession, they had a negative play, and then they had a penalty. And in this possession, they already have a big 15-yard penalty against them.
That makes it a 1st and 25 out to the Rowe 36. 8 minutes to go here in the first quarter. We got a wing left. They'll toss this left to Spates. Spates cuts it back inside. Big hole at the 30. Still going at the 20. And it's a foot race to the end zone. Touchdown, Memorial Mustangs.
Pretty much, Mark, when we take a look at the replay, Spates had the option to go to the outside, but he has some kind of vision. Notice that the hole was up the middle and he took advantage of it. If you don't hit Spates right away, you're in trouble.
That was something. Yeah, you talked about his vision. Here's the extra point attempt, and this is good. David Amadas with the extra point. Oh, no, it's no good. I'm sorry. It was high enough, but went wide just a bit. The extra point is missed, and with 7 minutes, 50 seconds to play in the first quarter, it's the Mustangs 6 and Nicky Rowe nothing. We'll take a look at the replay of that touchdown again. A big 36-yard run here by Spates, and look at the vision there as he was meant to go to the left and then cuts it back up the middle.
And there's no way you're going to bring him down with a shoestring tackle. There's no way. He's too strong for that kind of tackle.
That's his 9th rushing touchdown of the season, his 10th overall. Of course, he leads the Mustangs in scoring, one of the top scorers in the whole valley.
And that's a future D1 player right there on your screen. And with that run, that puts him close to 1,000 yards for the season.
Yeah, I have him at 42 yards right now, so he's got about 35 yards to go. He is getting closer. But the Mustangs will be kicking off now. And it'll be Nicky Rowe receiving. Memorial on top 6-0 as the Mustangs score on what was technically just a one-play drive. Spates had a 49-yard punt return down to the 21. Then a penalty moved him back 15 yards. And then Spates took the toss to the left, cut it up the middle for 36 yards and a score. Extra point no good. And it's 6-0. Kickoff. A bouncer fielded at the 13-yard line by Rowe. They're moving right to left, coming up across the 30-yard line, and then the ball comes out. Ball comes out, and there's a big scramble for it at the 35. And it's Memorial football. And the Mustangs have it after the big touchdown, and now a chance to capitalize, and I think it might have been number 19, Will Moore, who came up with it.
I think it was Will Moore.
Oh, and you see the ball knocked out there. See if we can catch who that was. And there you see the loose football, and the players jumped on it. Number 14, John McGee, also in there. You see that ball stripped away by the Mustang defense. So 1st and 10, toss to Spates to the right side. The Mustangs run this one up to about the 29. A gain of 6 on the play.
And so far on the few offensive possessions for the Mustangs, I'm taking a look at their offensive line, and they are driving the defensive players from the Warriors back. Ryan Velasco, Ted Garcia, Anthony Esparza, Thomas Rodriguez, and Edward Pequeño trying to control the line of scrimmage, and also helping out his tight end, Andrew Leal.
So 2nd down and 4 now for the Mustangs at 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Mustangs get the first turnover of the evening. Toss to Alonso, cuts it inside, breaks a tackle as the first down is up to inside the 20-yard line.
And Joel Alonso, you cannot forget about him. You key too much on Trevor Spates. Joel Alonso is also very capable of having a big game. Did an excellent job there. Play was meant to go outside, was not there, made the right decision, cut upfield, and got enough yardage for a first down. The Mustangs are already in red zone territory.
Mustangs' second first down. And now they go with an I backfield. Alonso at the fullback and Spates at the tailback. They'll hand us off. Spates going over right guard and fights his way up to about the 15 before he's brought down by a couple of Nicky Rowe players, including number 22, Omar Garza.
And that's the key to stopping Trevor Spates. As soon as he gets the ball, you've got to hit him as soon as possible. Once he gets his legs going and once he gets the opportunity to make some decisions, your defense is in trouble.
So Sanchez in there at quarterback. Tight end Leal's on the right side. 3 down linemen for Rowe. So we see Vidal in motion. They toss it to the right, and not much room here for Spates as he fights his way up close to the 12-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down.
Good job on the defensive line by Brandon Hinojosa. Brandon Hinojosa doing a good job there, and also linebacker Jesse Gomez coming up for some assistance. Nowhere to go for Spates on that play.
So Mustangs with a 3rd and 3. Spates there in the tailback. Sanchez under center. Vidal in motion. And they hand this off to the fullback. That's big hole there for Alonso. And Alonso's in for the touchdown. I think they may have been keen on Spates, and Alonso takes advantage with a little counter run. 12 yards, and the Mustangs have a 2-touchdown lead.
And you're right, Mark. You are keen on Spates, and that's the problem, that even though Spates didn't carry the ball, you use him as a decoy. I myself was looking at Spates, and all of a sudden I looked upfield, and Joel Alonso. Jay Alonso is the offensive receiver for the Warriors, but Joel Alonso did an excellent job, and the Mustangs are going for 2.
Yeah, they missed the extra point the last time, so they want to try to get that back. They'll go with an unbalanced line there to the left. Spates in the tailback, Vidal lined up on the right side, and it's a quarterback sneak for Sanchez, and it looks like he's in for 2 points. I don't see a signal yet. Now I do. And it's 2-point conversion successful there for the quarterback Sanchez, and the Mustangs lead it now 14-0. 5:09 to play here in the first quarter. Here's another look at the touchdown, and Alonso motors in for his 6th score of the season, almost untouched.
Nice block there by Thomas Rodriguez, making it look easy. That big offensive line for the Mustangs, and on the 2-point conversion, pretty much a quick quarterback keeper right up the middle. John Sanchez was hit hard early and did a good job of extending himself into the end zone. And of course, any time you're about 6'4" Mark, it gives him an advantage. I know myself at 5'4", there's no way. I'd probably be 1.5 yards short of that 2-point conversion.
Extended his entire length to get that 2-pointer, hitting the ball just on top of the goal line, which is part of the end zone. And there we see offensive coordinator Marcus Kaufman.
No doubt Marcus Kaufman will be a head coach somewhere.
And here's the kickoff by the Mustangs, fielded at the 6-yard line. Back come the Warriors across the 15, and then up to about across the 20 rather, up to about the 23-yard line. On the return there for Nicky Rowe, number 23, Eric Amaya. Normally a defender, but also returns kickoffs.
And I know it's early in the first quarter with 5 minutes to go. The Mustangs up 14-0. It's an important possession for the Warrior offense. They need to at least get a couple of first downs, stay on the field for a little while, and see if they can put up some points. Because if they have to give it back to the Mustangs, the way the Mustang offense has been playing here last week and early in this first quarter, Mark, it can do some problems for the entire game for the Warriors.
Going to spot him at the 24-yard line, so the Warriors moving from right to left. In their traveling white jerseys here, they're going to lateral the ball to the right side, and this is a pass, and it's going to be incomplete. A pass made by Edgar Pettis, the receiver, and intended for number 9, Marco Valencia. So Mustangs seem to be ready for the little gadget play that time.
I think Michael Garza did a good job of not being fooled by this gadget play. It was a lateral, which allows the Edgar Perez to make another pass. But a good job right there once again by Michael Garza, only a junior.
Yeah, Garza nearly having a chance for an interception there. Now you've got a receivers stacked on the right side. Now one of them goes in motion. That's Alonso, as Vasquez will roll out to his right side. Tucks the ball under, wants to run for it, and is close to a first down before he's shoved out of bounds.
And a good decision by Vasquez. As he rolled out to the right, he kept looking, had plenty of time. Notice there was no receiver open, and he made the right decision to run. And actually, he's 1 yard short of the first down.
Got to bring up 2nd down and 1. Good run there by Vasquez, and brings up 3rd down. So snap to Vasquez, hand it off, run up the middle, spins his way forward, and looks like he has the first down. That's Eno Rios on his first carry. And about 3 Mustangs bring him down, but not before he converts and moves the chains. It's like one of the tacklers in there on the play, number 62, is Valdo Calderon.
And that's a very important first down for the Warriors. They need a couple more first downs so that offense can gain some confidence.
Yeah, it's the first down in the game here for Nicky Rowe. 4:05 to play here in the first quarter. The Warriors getting their call signaled in by Coach Paul Reyes. There on the sideline wearing the yellow sleeves. You're going to throw this one to the left side. That's Jesse Diaz right there. And Diaz wants to run with it, breaks a couple of tackles, and fights his way up to about the 38-yard line before he's brought down by the Mustangs, number 50, Joseph Torres. So Diaz, the leading receiver in District 31-5A at number 10.
And even though Diaz only gained 3 yards to make it 2nd and 7, he actually could have lost yards, but after he was hit, he was able to get loose and gain some positive yards.
So that's 2nd down and 7. 3:22 to go in the first. Vasquez plenty of time. He has an open man over on the 40. First down and up close to midfield. Good run there by the running back Rios.
Nice pass by Vasquez, and actually I was impressed by the offensive line there. I don't know, it looked like the defense was not ready because Vasquez had all night to throw, made the right decision. Good job by Rios to keep his eye on the ball, and we do have a timeout.
Okay, timeout on the field. And this has been called by the Mustangs. So we'll take a timeout too with our score. Mcallen Memorial 14 and Nicky Rowe nothing. 3:14 to play in the first quarter. You're watching Football Night in Mcallen right here on MITV. Mark May with Mario Reyna here on Football Night at McAllen on MITV. The ball's right at midfield. Nicky Rowe just picked up a first down with 3:14 to play here in the first quarter. They're down by 2 scores, but they picked up 2 first downs on this drive. And here's a fumbled snap, and Vasquez picks it up and is going to take this broken play and run it to the left side before he is hammered there by the safety, Nick Marriott.
And Nick Marriott, even though he plays back as a safety, you could almost think of him as a linebacker because he's very active, comes in here with plenty of solo tackles, and that's what makes him special. The fact that he has the ability to get some solo tackles, and he's also a hard hitter. As we took a look at that play, Mark, pretty sure Vasquez is going to remember that hit.
Yeah, came in at 195 pounds, and that was his 50th solo tackle of the season. He leads the team there. Vasquez wants to throw, and this is caught. That's Alonso at the 20, pulling away, and it's a touchdown for Nicky Rowe. What a throw by Vasquez. Alonso caught it in stride and motored in for his 2nd touchdown of the season.
That is what you call a perfect throw. Vasquez put the throw right in between a couple of defensive players, and all year long, Jay Alonso has proven to have great hands. All he had to do was catch it, and it's right. What a throw by Vasquez.
Yeah, that was some play there. Showed a lot of poise, too, after he had his bell rung on the previous play. Come right back and get the touchdown. And here is Vicente Vargas to attempt the extra point. It is up, and it is good. And with 2:22 to play in the first quarter, it's Memorial 14 and Nicky Rowe 7. We got a game going here. Stick around. You're watching Football Night in McAllen here on MITV, and here's another look at the touchdown. And welcome back here on Football Night in McAllen. Memorial 14, Rowe 7, 2:22 to play here in the first quarter. And it's a pretty exciting game here so far. We've seen some big plays, and of course we talked about Memorial's vaunted running game, and Rowe has a pretty good passing game.
And I'm just so impressed by the throw by Boscas. It was just a perfect throw. And after the touchdown, Jay Alonso, he was so excited. He celebrated for about 15 seconds. Of course, his father's on the other sideline. He's part of the chain crew.
Definitely excited out there. And Nicky Rowe came in with the number 1 rated passing attack in District 31 5A, going up against the number 1 rated rushing attack. And we expected a high-scoring game tonight. We've had 21 points here in the first quarter, and we're not done. Still 2.5 minutes to play. Ball fell off the tee there, and so Vargas will reset it up.
And I talked about the possession when the Warriors took over, what an important possession it was for them to try to get themselves back into this game. So my hat's off to the offense, putting up 7 points.
And we see Spates there back to receive the kickoff. We'll see if Rowe kicks away from him or not. They kicked short their first time. And Vargas's next one is more of an onside kick. And that was near perfect, as it looked like they had a shot at it. That was Erica Maya, number 23, who almost got it, but the ball goes out of bounds. And that means Memorial can take over in pretty good field position. So Rowe rolling the dice there, coming up a little short.
And now we see a flag. It's kind of like a delayed flag or something.
Well, it is an automatic flag, isn't it? And the ball goes out of bounds on the kickoff?
I think so.
But I think Memorial has the option to take the ball where it ended up.
And that's probably what they're going to do.
Kicking team. 5-yard penalty from where the ball went out of bounds. First down.
Oh, so they tack the 5 yards onto the end of the play. So not only does it go out of bounds, it went out about the 48 or the 49, and they move it up another 5 yards into Rowe territory.
And when you take the risk, Mark, sometimes it doesn't work out. It puts you in a tough position because the Mustangs are taking over on their own 46-yard line.
And here they'll go to Spates with a big hole in the left side, cuts inside at the 30, and now a foot race at the 20. At the 10, he's breaking away, and Spates has another touchdown, his second of the game, and the Mustangs lead it 20-7.
And welcome to the 1,000-yard club, Mr. Trevor Spates.
That is right. He was about 20 yards short, and that 46-yard run just put Spates over 1,000 yards rushing here in the 6th game of the season for the Mustangs.
And Mark, that's just not fair, Mark, because the defense for the Warriors did what they had to. Don't let him beat you on the outside, but because of his cutting ability, he makes things happen.
And there's the extra point by Amadas, up and good. And Memorial now leads it 21-7, 2:11 to play here in the first quarter. That was just an 11-second drive, a 46-yard run here by Spates. This very similar to his first touchdown, as it was a toss to the left and then he cuts it back up the middle. And you can see with that speed, really only broke one tackle as he carved his way through the Rowe defense on his way to pay dirt and his 11th touchdown of the season.
And Thomas Rodriguez did a good job of holding on to his block. But pretty much when you have a special runner like Trevor Spates, who only as a sophomore, Mark, is already being looked at by Division I schools. So that tells you the type of player that Trevor Spates is.
4 touchdowns here in this first quarter. 3 by Memorial, 1 by Rowe. And with 2:11 to go here in the first, it'll be the Mustangs now their turn to kick off. So we take a look at Spates there on the sideline. You got the fan there on the left side of your screen, those big powerful fans that blow cool air on the players in between possessions. Memorial to kick it off. This is going to be high. Going to be fielded at about the 20-yard line by Nicky Rowe. Run up across, that's Edgar Pettis, across the 30 to about the 32-yard line before he's brought down by Memorial's number 11, Joey Gutierrez.
Hard hit there by Gutierrez.
Yeah, Gutierrez, just a junior, and making his presence known. He's a starter tonight also on defense, Gutierrez is.
And Mark, the Warrior offense, it's important they stay on the field because right now, since the Warrior defense is having problems stopping Spates, it's important that the maybe the Warrior offense can be the best Warrior defense by staying on the field.
So Vasquez in the shotgun and has Jose Chavez to his left. Fakes it to Chavez, throws it long. Man is open but incomplete. Intended for Jesse Diaz. Diaz, who already has one catch tonight to give him 21 for the year. Unable to come down with that one. It'll be second down.
It was a good protection on that play. The ball was just slightly overthrown, and Diaz was not in good position to if he would have made that catch, it had to be an over his head catch. Mm-hmm. Not easy.
Yeah, those are the tough ones. Not coming over one specific shoulder, but right over the top of your head. And here's Vasquez on 2nd and 10, rolling out right, throws to the right sideline, and it nearly hits Adames in stride. That goes incomplete, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 10. It looked like Michael Garza is already having a busy night defending on that play.
Correct. And, you know, take a look at this Mustang offense, Mark. In 5 quarters, they've scored 89 points.
Well, that's almost, that's about 18 points a quarter. So 3rd and 10, they'll put 3 receivers to the right. Chavez rolls out into the flare pattern as they throw it downfield, and they hit Jay Alonso down there, and Alonso has the first down. So a big catch there by Alonso on 3rd and 10, and it'll keep the drive alive.
And I keyed in on Alonso before the beginning of this play. Alonso is very smooth. He has great moves and does his job in going, allows his quarterback an opportunity to throw to an open receiver.
Vasquez up to 78 yards passing now. Minute 35 to play in the first quarter. Chavez in motion. Vasquez wants to keep this one and hit after a short gain and brought down.
Nice hit right there by Lucas Rios, and that's the player we've been talking about. Lucas Rios was the defensive player of the game for Memorial last week. Doing an excellent job.
Number 32 there, just a junior, but he starts at middle linebacker and came into tonight with the 2nd highest number of tackles on this team. That's had 65 coming in. I think also helping out there, number 4, Jesse Osuna. And Osuna playing linebacker tonight. He's been a defensive back most of the season. 2nd down and 9. They hand it off to Diaz. End around right side. Has the first down into Mustang territory and then knocked down at about the 41-yard line. Brought down by Rios once again.
A nice run to the right side by Diaz. Diaz also has had excellent receiving games, and he also is a dual threat, gaining positive yards enough for a first down for the Warriors.
They spot him at the Mustang 40-yard line, so a gain of 13 yards on that play. And 2 first downs on this drive now for Rowe. Down to 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Vasquez wants to throw. Going long down the right side. Man is open, caught at the 20. It's Alonso. And Alonso up to the 11-yard line. It's another first down. And Alonso having a huge night.
Alonso is just very smooth. Once again, I was keying in on him. Mark, he's got some great moves. Very deceptive. Perfect pass once again by Vasquez.
That's a gain of 29 yards. And they have a 1st and 11 And this time they hand it off Chavez. Chavez motoring his way up to about the 7-yard line. They can pick up a first down without scoring. And there's the horn for the end of the first quarter. So an exciting quarter it was. Mcallen Memorial leading 21-7 as we take a look at that last play. Chavez nearly falling down in the backfield, then fighting his way up for a 4-yard gain. Rios with the tackle.
And Osvaldo Calderon also in on the tackle.
All right. At the end of one, Mustangs 21, Warriors 7. You're watching Football Night in McAllen on MITV. All right, here we are, ready to start the second quarter of action. Mustangs on top by 2 touchdowns, but Rowe is certainly threatening here as they've got the ball all the way down to the Mustangs 7-yard line. And they can actually pick up a first down at the 2. Second down and 5 as they begun the second quarter, and Rowe now going left to right, handed off Diaz, running to the right side, breaks one tackle, cuts inside the 5, and is up to about the 3-yard line. It'll be 3rd and short.
We are looking at a 3rd and short. There's no doubt that we are in 4-down territory as Diaz tried to do as much as he could, but the Warrior defense did a good job of penetrating. So we're looking at a 3rd and 2 mark. There's no doubt that Coach Reyes is thinking 2-down territory to try to get that first down.
Well, Rowe is 2 for 3 on 3rd down in this game. Just started the second quarter. Vasquez in the shotgun, but now there's a whistle right at the snap.
Timeout.
And it's a timeout mark by the Warrior.
Yeah, Warriors calling timeout, and Coach Reyes not happy about something there. It'll bring up a 3rd and 2 situation. With 11:21 to go here, just started the second quarter. Let me give you some quick stats for the first quarter. Nicky Rowe with 33 yards rushing, 107 passing, so that's 140 total yards for them. And Memorial in the first half, kind of a mirror image the other direction. They had 123 yards rushing, none passing. 123 total yards and all on the ground. And of course Trevor Spates with 2 touchdown runs. Joel Alonso had 1. And then Jay Alonso of Nicky Rowe scoring the Warriors' lone touchdown.
And this is a big play here for the Warriors with a 3rd and 2. They got to put 7 points. They got to stay within distance. Down 14 points.
So Vasquez will be in the shotgun. He's got Chavez to his right. And he's going to fake it to Chavez, keep it himself, and Vasquez hit, falls forward, is close to the goal line. And now they signal touchdown. Touchdown for Nicky Rowe, and the quarterback Vasquez strikes in there for Nicky Rowe's 2nd score of the evening.
And give Vasquez credit. He smelled the end zone. Was not to be denied. He got hit before he went into the end zone, but he had the momentum in his favor. Defensive player was kind of standing still and just made it into the end zone. Big touchdown by the Warriors.
There you see the Warriors celebrating on their side. They are technically the visiting team tonight, but that hasn't deterred them any. Diaz will hold, Vargas to kick, and the kick is up and it is good. Vargas now 2 for 2. 11:14 to play here in the first half. It's Memorial 21 and Nicky Rowe now at 14. So game continues to be close as you see the replay of the touchdown here. And Vasquez just using second effort and a lot of determination to get in there for the score.
Vasquez did an excellent job. I didn't notice in live action. He did a good job of faking a handoff. But boy, he did take a hit about at the 1-yard line, but was not to be denied.
And it did look like there for a moment on the replay that he may have actually been down just before he extended his arm out with the ball over the goal line, but he would have been down, maybe at about the 4 or 5 inch line. If that were the case, they likely would have scored anyway. There you see the Mustang cheerleaders there and the big crowd there on the Mustang side tonight. It is homecoming after all. Celebrating the classes of 2004, 1994, 1984.
What class are you from?
85.
85.
So I know a lot of the 84 crowd.
So next year you're going to be celebrating.
I guess so. Next year I'll be calling the game from the middle of the stands or something.
Oh boy, we can try that next year.
We'll see. So Rowe's going to kick it off, and Mustangs will be going from right to left. Both teams with one win in district here, and this is another onside kick attempt by Rowe, and this will be fielded by Will Moore. Looks like fell on it for Memorial. Memorial that time doing a good job not panicking and following the bouncing ball to fall on it at their own 40-yard line. So they will have good field position once again.
Good job by Will Moore. And this play by Will might not be getting noticed in the game, but it's important because he made it a good decision to make sure that the Mustangs recovered the kick.
Yeah, one of those plays that doesn't show up on the score sheet, but certainly one that helps you win games. So Memorial with an on-balance line to the right side. They put Vidal in motion, and they toss it left side. This looks like Alonso there. Alonso breaks some tackles, has plenty of room down the left sideline. Is all the way down to the Rowe 30-yard line. That play started off real quiet and then got real loud there toward the end as Alonso just kept on fighting and churning away like a locomotive and bullied his way down for a 30-yard gain.
And Alonso making sure that Coach Kaufman doesn't forget about him, because it's easy to forget about him when you have Trevor Spates. But Alonso actually in this play, Mark, I've already counted 4. He broke 4 tackles.
Yeah, especially at that line of scrimmage. It looked like they had him bottled up, but he was not to be denied there. Now a split backfield and a wing right. And Sanchez is under center. And now the officials blow the whistle. And there is a flag down. This might be against the offense.
False start. Offense, number 81.
That'll be the
5-yard
third penalty on
Remains first down.
Mcallen Memorial.
And let's not forget that Joel Alonso, his brother last year, Gabe Alonso, was also an excellent running, kind of like just a small back. They don't look like they're tough, but boy, they run very hard.
Yeah, they're kind of short, but very compact, very solid. Tough to bring down because they have that low center of gravity. So they move it back 5 yards to the Rowe 35-yard line. And Mustangs try it again. They toss it left to Spates. Spates has plenty of room, breaks through at the 30, and now he's gone. He's going to be in for his 3rd touchdown of the night. And boy, just like lightning, Spates strikes yet again. His 3rd score of the evening, and the Mustangs lead it 27-14.
What else can we say, Mark? Every time he touches the ball now, it's just like the breakaway speed, the vision, the quickness. It doesn't take much for him to make positive things happen.
He is just a sensational runner. He has everything. He has the speed, ball control, he has the vision. And then we see the extra point attempt by 17. Jesus Flores is up and good. And with 10:14 to play here in the second quarter, it's the Mustangs 28 and Nicky Rowe 14. And take a look at this splendid run here by Spates.
And I was also impressed right there, even though John Sanchez, the quarterback, did the pitch out, he also went downfield to put on a block, so give credit to the quarterback. I mean, it just must motivate the entire offense, Mark, knowing that when Trevor Spates touches the ball, the opportunity for a touchdown is always there.
Yeah, he can score from anywhere on the field. And look at his runs tonight. 36 yards. I'll have to go back and look at my notes. A 36-yard run. He had a 46-yard run. 36, 46, and now 35 yards. He has run. Just like reminds me of the Galloping Ghost, the Red Grange, who had all those incredibly long runs for University of Illinois back in the 20s.
The thing about it is that he just makes it look easy.
And here is the kickoff there by Jesus Flores, and this goes all the way back into the end zone, and Chavez will down it there. And so Rowe concedes a touchback, and they'll come out to the 20.
Well, so far, the Rowe offense has done a good job keeping their team in the game. So they got to do it again and see what Coach Robert Bocanera can do about this young man that's on the screen. number 21, Mr. Trevor Spates, only a sophomore.
Yeah, and the great thing for high school coaches is they don't have to worry about them dropping out of school to go to the NFL like the college. He's going to get to have him for another 2 years. I know Coach Littleton is tickled about that. So 10-14 to play here in the second quarter, and it's Mustangs 28, Nicky Rowe 14. And here's Vasquez faking it to Alonso. Starts to go up the middle, now wants to turn it outside. The Mustangs are there, darting around him, and finally he goes down at about the 26-yard line, and a gain of only 1.
He took another hard hit. Lucas Rios, linebacker, just a junior.
Yeah, Rios getting the tackle.
Did a good job of at least trying to get some positive yards, but
Ball spotted on the Warrior 26.
Second down and 9 now, 9:35 to play here in the second quarter. By the way, the kickoff, the touchback went out to the 25, not the 20, as I said before. So they're at the 26 and 2nd and 9. Snap to Vasquez, wants to throw, right side. Man is there, it's caught at midfield. First down and more. That's Jesus Gutierrez, his first catch of the night and his 10th of the season. And Nicky Rowe, they're not going anywhere. They're going to continue to fight and fight in this game. Despite the magic of Spates on one side, the Rowe offense continues to throw lightning bolts on their side.
And what a beautiful throw by Vasquez. Even though it seems to me that after you hit him hard, he makes a better throw, because that's the second time he got hit hard and made an excellent throw. And what a nice catch by Jesus Gutierrez.
Vasquez up to 141 yards passing now as they hand this off to Rios, left side, and is going to be stopped after about a 1-yard gain.
Not much to the left side by Rios. As a defensive line, the Mustangs did an excellent job, and the linebackers came up quickly.
It looks like 99, the defensive tackle, Patrick Ohiaga, in there on the tackle. At second down and 9. 8.5 to play here in the second quarter. Snap to Vasquez, fakes the handoff, throws to Alonso right side, and this time nowhere to go for him. Nick Marriott, number 1, comes up there quickly to corral him. I think Cody Stites, number 30, also in there on the play.
Good job by Marriott playing a safety position, came up quickly to make sure that Alonso was hit almost immediately after the catch.
And this will bring up a long third down. 3rd and 11 now if they lose 2 on the play. And here they go back to live action. Long pass down the left sideline, and that's incomplete, intended for Gutierrez. They're trying to hit Gutierrez once more on a kind of a go route down that left side, and it falls incomplete.
And with a 4th and 11, we pretty much know that Coach Reyes will probably go for it.
They have converted on 3rd and 10 tonight. They have not gone for it on 4th down.
Look for something for Alonso or Diaz. Diaz has been pretty quiet so far.
Looks like they will go for it. 4th and 11. In Mustang territory at the 41-yard line. Vasquez to throw it, and this is incomplete. Intended for Edgar Bettis, number 3, running a slant pattern, and that'll turn it over on downs back to the Mustangs.
So what do you do as a defensive coordinator to try to at least contain Trevor Spates?
Yeah, that's something that has defensive coordinators valley-wide scratching their heads. And Spates just having a terrific night. 3 touchdowns already, giving him 12 for the season. All 3 on long runs. And here they're going to toss it to the right side. Spates here has a convoy of blockers, but Rowe is there to bottle him up at the 45-yard line, a gain of 4.
Good job by the defensive line for the Warriors maintaining their defensive stand to at least allow their linebackers to come up.
It looked like a 52, Jesse Gomez, a linebacker, in there on the stop along with a couple of teammates. So 2nd down and 6 now. Memorial goes with a wing set to the right side. Now they'll put a man in motion to the left. And they'll toss it left. This is Spates. Spates darts in, tries to turn it outside, and this time Nicky Rowe there again. And once more, Jesse Gomez, the linebacker, is there along with 28, Raul Benson, but there is a flag down. Spates held to his 2nd short gain. The flag is on the opposite end of the field, away from the ball.
Offside. Defense, number 32. 5-yard penalty. Replay 2nd down.
So it's a penalty against Rowe after they had stopped Spates 2 straight plays and had Memorial in a 3rd and long situation. This is a 5-yard penalty that's going to move the ball up and go from 2nd and 6 to 2nd and 1. And Sanchez under center, tosses left. This is to the fullback Alonso, crosses midfield, and then is pushed back by a couple of Rowe players, including 67, Josero Verial, and 56, Edgar Avila. But I think it was enough for the 1st down if they give him the forward progress here.
Nice job on the defensive right side by José Verial. Was enough for a 1st down.
Well, yes, they had put 3rd down up there, but now they're saying he had just enough, picked up 1 yard. So Mustangs with 7 first downs now in this first half. 6 minutes to play in the first half. And there were Mustangs up by 2 touchdowns. And here's a quarterback sneak by Sanchez. Has quite a bit of room and runs it up to about the 42-yard line. And I think Rowe arguing the ball may have come out. I don't see a signal there by the officials. Looks like that's still Memorial football.
And Mark, you said that there's only 7 first downs for the Mustangs, and yet you look at the scoreboard and you see 28 points. It's because Trevor Spates scores pretty quickly when he gets the ball.
That is true. He's had those long runs. They haven't needed first downs. Unique formation here as they toss this to the left side. Look almost like an old single wing as Spates has not much room there, up to the 39, a gain of only 2.
Good job by Alex Garcia, defensive end. And that's the key to Trevor Spates, Mark. Most of the time, if you notice, if you hit him within 3 seconds after he gets the ball, you stop him. If you don't hit him right away, you're in deep trouble.
Mustangs have a very short 3rd down and 1. 1 for 2 on 3rd down tonight. Sanchez will be under center. He's got a full house backfield. 3 running backs in the backfield. Handed off to the middleman. That's Alonso. Hit at the line of scrimmage, but fighting his way forward and has the first down. That's Alonso there. Good second effort there by the senior fullback.
Well, Alonso runs real close to the ground. The Warriors had an opportunity to stop him, but he kept moving his legs and gained enough yards for another first down.
There we see Coach Bill Littleton in his 11th year now as head coach of the Mustangs. His team up 28-14 at the moment, 4:17 to play in the second quarter. The Mustangs have a fresh set of downs at the Rowe 38-yard line. Power eye right, and they toss this left. This is Spates from the tailback spot. Hops his way up across the 35 to about the 32. Gain of 6 on the play. So even though the Warriors have seemed to are preventing the big play now, but Memorial still able to churn out enough yardage to keep moving the chains.
Well, anytime you stop Spates for 4 or 5 yards, it's kind of like a moral victory. But boy, I have not seen a running back this year as quick and fast. He puts it on quickly, and he gets the 3 or 4 yards as fast as anybody I've seen this year.
Now they go with a power eye left. They're going to hand this off to the fullback. I believe that's Alonso, and he's hit right at the line of scrimmage and brought back.
Alex Garcia. And also an assist by Christian Guerra.
A gain of only 1 on the play, and they'll bring up another third down.
We almost had a fumble on that play, and the runner barely hung on to the ball.
So 3rd down and 3. Wing right and a receiver up to the right side. They're going to toss this right to Spates. Good block from the quarterback, and Spates has the first down, and they convert on 3rd down once again.
You know, Mark, and you look at the play, and it seems like it's not going to work. That's about the 3rd or 4th play on this series of downs, and it just doesn't look like the Mustangs are going to get anything out of it, and they'll get you 4 or 5 yards anyway. So that's a sign of 2 things: a very good offensive line, and of course, it helps when you have number 21, Trevor Spates, in your backfield.
And the clock is steadily moving. The half's about to run out. It's 2:25 to play here in the first half. 2 timeouts left for the Mustangs. Here's Spates on the right, tosses outside. It's a 20 and cuts inside up to about the 11-yard line before he's brought down by a couple of Rowe players, including number 4, Robert Ramirez. But I believe he has another first down.
We do have a penalty, Mark, I think.
Oh, you're right, and that's against the Mustangs, so that'll negate the big run there by
Personal
Spates.
foul. Shot block. Number 7. 15-yard penalty. Replay first down.
They keep the down, but this will cost them another 15 yards, the second one they've had in this game.
A 1st and 25, Mark, but the way the Mustang offense is clicking on all cylinders, the offensive line and the running backs, a 1st and 25 is probably no problem right now for Coach Bill Littleton and offensive coordinator Marcus Kaufman.
They move the ball back to almost the 40-yard line. It's 1st and 25. 2:08 to play here in the second quarter. Mcallen in motion. Handoff, Spates right side as the pulling guard and fights his way up to about the 31-yard line. Got most of the penalty yardage back. Mustangs, by the way over 200 yards rushing in this first half. They're at 227 now.
On that play, Mark, the right side led by Velasco did an excellent job of Trevor Spates. Actually wasn't hit until about 10 yards downfield.
Also, they had a pulling guard, the sophomore Ted Garcia, helping him out. The Mustangs have now called timeout. That's their second timeout. A minute 34 to play here before halftime. It is homecoming, by the way, so you'll want to stick around to see the homecoming festivities during the halftime. I'll announce, of course, the homecoming king and queen for 2013. Class of 14. There's Coach Marcus Kaufman there talking to the, looks like Velasco there to his left.
And Coach Kaufman this year is downstairs. As you may recall, in previous years he was up here right next to us, and when a play didn't work, you could feel his intensity right across the room. You could hear him screaming and just not happy when the execution that he expected wasn't there.
Yeah, he's been up in the booth for the last several years, but yeah, down there on the sideline this season, giving some last-moment instructions there to Sanchez, his quarterback.
And if anybody can train quarterbacks, as we know, his son was a 4-year starter here at Memorial.
Yeah, Matthew Kaufman shined at quarterback spot for 4 seasons. Now in college, sophomore in college, I believe. Sanchez, they've got an unbalanced line to the right side. At the bottom of your screen is Alonso, the fullback, lined up in a receiver in the slot position. They toss this to Spates on the left side, and Spates gets up across the 25 down to about the 23, and it'll bring up a third down. 3rd and less than 10.
And Mark, I don't know if you've noticed, but almost any time Trevor Spates is hit, he's always falling forward. That's a sign of a good running back. You can almost never get him for negative yardage.
Now here it's 3rd down and exactly 10. 62 seconds to play in the first half. They're at the Rowe 19-yard line. Mustangs have not thrown a pass in this game. Let's see what they do here. I backfield. They toss this to Spates once again on the left. They've had big success with this. At the 20, ball comes loose. Spates was hit. The ball came out, and Nicky Rowe has it. So with 46 seconds left in the first half, Nicky Rowe bends but doesn't break as they get the fumble recovery at the 20-yard line.
That's exactly what the Warrior defense needed. They needed some kind of turnover because down 28-14 already, they could not afford to go into halftime down 35-14. That is a big defensive play for the Warriors.
Yeah, that was a drive that started with 7.5 minutes, took 10 plays. 7.5 minutes were on the clock. They took 6 minutes and 50 seconds off the clock, but come away with no points. Here's Alonso on a big run at the left side. Has a first down and more. Now a track meet down the left sideline. Breaks a tackle. Still going at the 30. One man brings him down. Looks like Garza saves the touchdown, but not before Alonso comes up with a huge play here for Nicky Rowe in the last minute of the first half.
And Alonso in this game came in as a leading receiver, but an excellent run by Alonso. There's no doubt in my mind. Expect honors for this young man. No doubt a first-team All-District receiver.
And here on 1st and 10, they run this to Diaz. Diaz is bottled up, and they'll have to burn a timeout here to keep the clock and stop it at 23 seconds left. Rowe now down to one timeout.
And this is just a great opportunity for Coach Reyes and the Warriors. They'll definitely take this opportunity, Mark, because only about 22 seconds ago, they're down 28-14, looking at the possibility of going down 35-14, 21 points. But hey, if they can score a touchdown here, Mark, and they go down 28-21, I guarantee you Coach Reyes would be happy.
You see the Mustang cheerleaders, and just to recap what happened, Memorial had a drive that went 10 plays, took almost 7 minutes off the clock, but they end up with a fumble that's recovered by Rowe at their own 20-yard line, and then Rowe hands it off to Jay Alonso, who goes 63 yards all the way down to the Memorial 17-yard line. They ran one play for no gain, so now they have 2nd down and 10 with 23.6 seconds left in the first half. They still have one timeout to work with. Memorial up by 2 touchdowns. So there's a snap to Vasquez, a low snap in the shotgun, but picks it up, and lob pass is caught at about the 14-yard line. That's caught by Chavez, and that'll keep the clock running, so Rowe forced to use their last timeout. That's one of those, Mario, that I guess might have almost have been better had it fallen incomplete.
Yes, correct. That way you don't have to use your last timeout. So with 14.9 seconds to go, I expect maybe 1 or 2 passes into the end zone to at least give themselves an opportunity to get a touchdown. And Alonso being the hot receiver, look for something for Alonso because he's got a great knack for going for that ball. And we also have seen Jesse Diaz having some good catches earlier on in the season. So
Gutierrez had a
big one today. So they do have a lot of options. The key is how much time is Vasquez going to have, because you know if they have a sack, it's pretty much quarter over.
Yeah, they're out of timeouts. So anything they complete inbounds, they need to get the first down, which would be at the 7-yard line, in order to stop the clock momentarily. Then they can get down and clock it. If this play is stopped short of the first down marker, they won't be able to clock it because it'll be 4th down. Here they throw it over the middle, and it's incomplete, intended for Diaz. Diaz looking for a flag there. There isn't one, and that'll bring up 4th down.
It looked like Diaz was open, but there was contact there and nothing was called. So with a 4th and 7, Coach Reyes, knowing that he needs 7 points, is going for it.
Yeah, this game's a shootout. I think he needs to take every chance he can to go for the end zone. Here's a throw. Man is wide open, and it's caught. Touchdown. And that's Diaz. So a little bit of retribution for him, as he thought he'd been interfered with on the previous play, but this play nobody was near him. and he scores with 9 seconds to play here before halftime.
And Diaz is a player we were talking about, Mark, that he was kind of silent. He had a couple of games earlier in the season where he had a lot of catches. So Alonso was used as a decoy, and Diaz was right open. Great job by Vasquez making sure that he found the open receiver.
Yes, indeed. And here's the extra point try. Diaz is also the holder, and then Vargas will be the kicker, and the kick is up, and it is good. And with 9 seconds to play here before halftime, the fireworks continue. Memorial 28 and Rowe 21. Here's another look at the touchdown.
Vasquez with a perfect read. He knew that Diaz was wide open. And Mark, this is a big turn on the momentum because the Mustangs looked like they were in good position to go up possibly 35-14, which means you go down 21 points. And because of the big run on that handoff, big play by Jay Alonso, the score is 28-21, Mark. It makes it look like this game has been pretty close, and actually the Mustangs are the ones that should be up more.
So both teams taking advantage of turnovers. Nicky Rowe there, who stopped Memorial at their own 20-yard line. Then a 63-yard run by Alonso puts them in scoring position. Then on 4th down and 7 with no timeouts, Vasquez is able to find a wide-open Diaz for the 14-yard touchdown. His second touchdown pass of the game. He's up to 156 yards passing.
And I'm noticing Coach Reyes he's signaling in some kind of play. So look for something unusual here, Mark. One thing for sure, I would not kick it off to Trevor Spates.
(28-21), and here's the kickoff. Then Rowe is going to kick this one deep, and it is picked up, and that does look like that's actually 22. Is going to run it up across the 10 and up to about near the 20-yard line. Thought that might be Spates for just a second, but that was Ozzy Salazar on the return. 22, not 21. And with 2 seconds left, I imagine Memorial will take a knee here.
I don't think so, Mark. I think they'll pitch it out to Trevor Spates with the speed that he has, the breakaway ability. I take my chance. It's as good as throwing a long pass.
Rowe's quarterback, by the way, has thrown 2 TD passes and run for another one. So he's having quite a night. Looks like Memorial might try something here with 2 seconds left. No timeouts. They snap it to Sanchez. They hand it off. Spates running left side. There's the horn. We're at halftime. Big run. First down. He's at the 30. Now he's going to reverse his field. This could be something here. Spates at the 35 is hit and goes down. Open field tackle there by Nicky Rowe's 22, Omar Garza. And boy, I bet everybody's hearts was jumping up into their throats there on the Nicky Rowe sideline when they saw Spates reverse his field and start to get into the open, and Omar Garza with a terrific open field tackle to make the last play an exciting one, but a non-scoring one. So that man there, Spates, with a huge first half, 3 long touchdown runs, and between 150 and 200 yards rushing, and the Mustangs lead at 28-21 in a shootout here at Mcallen Veterans Memorial Stadium. We'll be back with the halftime homecoming festivities and then our second half of action right here. You're watching Football Night in Mcallen on MITV.
card.